I cannot wait for this 9-9. I will say.
Well, it's not a 9-9 anymore. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah, prove it.
Prove it. We've proved it so
proved
many
it
times.
already,
Hunter,
So many times.
You've done this.
Hunter, that.
My prediction is that. Well, my prediction was that the king was gonna kill himself because I didn't see how else he could die. But now randomly, apparently, they're dying
in a couple hours.
Himself is killing him.
Yeah, they're dying. I need to see why is Yuppie dying too. I mean, Poof dying too.
Why is Poof not dead already? Don't know.
Poof is dying. He's bleeding.
Yuppie gone. Poof's all that's left.
Did Welfin kill Poof?
Is it because they're linked?
Or did Yuppie just die?
It's so weird seeing Meruem go from the most powerful guy of all time to dying. And I want to know what's doing it.
We haven't even seen like.
Maybe Poof's last little drips from his DNA were only enough to sustain him for a little bit. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I need to find out.
If that's how it works, yeah.
I'm very intrigued. So
recap.
何一つ変わらない。いや、
Why is this?
それ以上に。
Why is this person stepping on
it's demonstrating how we're worse, Jack.
There's so many bombs.
It's true, we just pollute, kill, and it's super real. They're showing how, like, some people really are like kings who, like, have peasants, even though it's like we're all humans.
マラには毒があった。
Oh, so it
大
is
価値との
poison.
距離によって運悪く爆死を免れた者の体内迅速に内部を破壊すると同時に被毒者の肉体が毒そのものとなりやがて死に
Oh
至る
dang! So everything that around the king is gonna die.
死ぬまでの時間が実に
Well,
絶妙
Komugi's
で
dead for sure.
大量の連
What
鎖
do you-
被毒者
why?
を生み出せる
Because he said the things like the bomb infiltrate your body and then you emit the toxins. That's why Poof is dying too, because the king is emitting the stuff from the bomb.
Yeah, but he's
Wait,
not
so is
biking
everybody?
anyone
what about,
the
what
king is
about
around
anybody
should die.
affected by his bloodlust then?
悪魔兵器だったのである。
He's shook.
これは
Please die. Please.
私の身に
He's
一体何が
like he acts like the king's such a fool.
He can like feel, yeah, he can like feel something, right?
考え直していただけました。
Dude, couldn't Meruem like keep eating people to combat the poison
一
though?
刻も早く避難を。
He just knows.
まあよい。世が先に残りの侵入者を捕獲すれば済む話。
I didn't care about the game.
お主の秘密、がぜん興味が湧いて
If
き
he
た。
never finds out.
Looked like he was doing metro thing, yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Dude, why
1回だけという約束の縁。
am I so sad that he's just gonna die to this poison?
Why would he not use it? He's trying to win the competition.
すべて
That is so sick.
一度目の縁の時との違い。
Dude, he's just so beyond OP.
He's like
What
literally
price?
omnipotent, bro.
乗り捨てられた車が。
Already there, dude. He has ultra instinct.
ユーピーを仕留めたのは貴様か。
とんでもございません。ユピー殿は私めと話をしている最中に突然吐血し苦しみ出し果てたのでございます。だが奴は俺の質問に答える前に
His missiles are so
俺
bad.
の黒ムガデが帰る前に苦しみ
Little
出し
body, dude.
メレム様そやつは
言いたいことは分かってる。
He's so
縁で
stupid.
触れたもの
He
の
literally
形を読み
forgets.
取れるように。
What?
Oh wow,
こや
that's
つの
OP.
世へ向けられたただならぬ敵よ。一度世の縁にさらされた者の心は目を凝らすだけでよく見える。
Wow.
ユピーの翼
Good thing he's dying,
攻撃の
dude.
みならず私のスピリチュアルメッセージもより高い次元の能力として見事に昇華されている
His end is bigger than anyone's, and it has spiritual message.
オーバーの敵オーバー何
One more classic Poof moment for the road.
Oh, is he about to die?
That was so sick.
満たされている
No way.
Please. Be gone, Pharaoh
や
Rat.
や恐怖が勝っているが、貴様の世への憎悪、
Take my worms.
その根源に
Those
少し
centipedes
興
win
味
the
があ
fight.
る。
メレム様
He just does the same shit.
手順違いにございます。
Dude, he dictates what the proper order is. What are you talking about? The contest? Is that what he's talking about?
He is the order.
Yeah, he is the order. He gives the orders.
そのものは私の秘密に深く関わるもの。しかしそれを
The
自覚
secret
す
is
るも
like
の。
just
私との勝負、継続をお望みならば、そのものとの質に何卒後回しにされますよ。
Well, Michael
こ
Lucky
いつ
is
は
survived.
一体いろいろいっぺんに起きて、ジャイロのことを思い出して、パニクって戦地になってヒロイズムに酔っ
I
ち
think
まったんだ。
Welfin is cooked.
ジャイロの仇討ちみてえな気分になって、なんとかしねえと俺の敵意もバレてる。嘘も通用しねえ。何が残ってる俺の手駒に。最初の初めの一言が勝負だ。
Komugi.
戦士を分かつ。この圧迫感、
Or so cool
異様
looking.
な緊張感。
世を遮り言葉尻を捉えた挙句指図まがいの真剣よほどの覚悟の上であろう。
宙にも
His graphics are
Dude, he
so
would give his
cool.
life, though.
王の前では皆平等に向かち、誰も止められない。順次よ、己の忠義に。
He's not gonna tell him.
ただそれだけのこと。常軌を逸する決意、狂気が
Course, bro.
王を止めた。
Oh my gosh, I hate this guy. This guy's immortal. Yeah.
ベルフィンは即座に理解した。
Oh.
俺
Oh.
はこれでした。
Oh, I thought you already did it.
Really eat.
Dude, these graphics are so cool.
自身の未来を知ったベルフィンの風貌は
He turned into
一
Nom,
瞬にし
bro.
て100年余りが過ぎたことと変わり果てた。その間脳裏では過去の一切が高速で雑然と流れ、その直後弾け散り現在と混ざり合った。一言メッセージ。あの時ブーが一言
These images they're making are so like artistic.
His brain's functioning like a million miles per hour.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, the visuals are just wild.
That's sick. Like all flooding back.
That is cool.
Yeah, the animation has popped off in this.
It's just so interesting, yeah. When you think
So-
back to like the first time Komugi was introduced, it's like she will change the course of the king's life forever. Hopefully she doesn't die. Oh,
これほどとは彼女は
Oh, because he's sharing
Can you like
this.
feel this?
何なりと処罰。
Please.
Chop his head off.
言わずとも伝わっておる。
That would like probably accelerate his
我らは遺体同士咎などない。
Oh,
You live forever.
I mean they're both dead anyways.
it's
I
true.
think he
Oh my
understands like his loyalty.
I don't know, man.
He's dead anyways,
Characters never been
McKay.
drug out like
人を
this
探せ。
before.
捕らえた2名が何か知っている
Yeah,
の
like,
か
good luck with that.
No one has ever
聞
been
き出
this
せたら解放し
death
てやる。
edged.
それに聞けることはもうない。
Edging.
小麦は地下格農家のどこか女とタコと共にいる。お主はそれを余か護衛軍に知らせる役目。
Oh, is Welfin gonna live?
なぜそれを。
タコにありそうだ。
He's literally all knowing, bro.
役目を全うしなかった理由はまた別。礼を言う。お主のおかげで大切な
It's
も
true.
のを思い出
Facts,
せ。
dude. He gave you the.
I gotta
He
look
looks
back- I gotta look back
terrible.
this does,
奴
dude.
らは D エリアのビゼフ指定で待つと。俺の王はジャイロ正しとれ。
Oh.
貴様は貴様らは敵だ。俺たちだ。
I kind of respect Welfin for saying that.
会えるといいな。そのものと人として生きるがよい。
I can't believe Meruem just said he hopes he can live as a human. That's so crazy.
Wow, that was a
か
good
つてメ
episode.
テロは
No, this is when you know what 9/8's about to pop up.
They throw
always
the
do
logo
something
on
different.
there.
They always do
Yeah.
something different, bro. I'm so ready.
It's like
Is Godspeed just happening? No.
like,
are Gon and
all the
Killua
best
coming
Demon
back?
Slayer episodes, they have no like intro or outro. It's like they just know.
Like we've never seen this yet. Like this.
How do they know that this is going to be one of their best episodes?
They're rolling the credits already.
When Bro was writing, he had flames on the.
円のオーラを無数の光子に形を
That's,
変え
dude, he
周囲に放っ
is
た
this like a thing he can do because of poop?
Because of
Yeah, look at it. It's just like
This
this
is
ability.
crazy.
Come on, Jack.
But he transformed into N, which is crazy.
I would assume that this episode, because the king's gonna die, I would assume that this is showing what the very peak of Nen can ever like be. You know, the king, like this is like the full potential of Nen almost.
The king's definitely gonna die in this
Because like
episode, I feel
obviously nobody's ever gonna reach this level ever.
Komugi's gonna eat the
Are you
king.
sure about that?
This person in this moment.
完全に把握されている。小細工は無駄。
Where's the octopus?
お主たちの念に触れて憤怒恐怖憎悪ではなく人類の存亡を背負っての戦いならもう終わった耳を疑っているようだならば何度でも言おう
Hate your
お
people.
主たちの勝利だ
Netero
He
won,
knows
man.
he's
He
dying.
did.
He's aware.
Sucks that Netero had to
こ
go
こか
before
らはお
that.
主一人に語りかける小麦という人間に会いたいそれだけだ
Yeah, it's just hard.
Just can't
僕らは
trust him.
何
Yeah,
も
it's hard
望
to
まない
trust him.
お主の念に触れて世の現状とこの先も理解した
Oh, so
それを知った上でなお今世が望むのは残された時間を小麦と過ごしたい
Dude, if she denies him, I'm low-key gonna be pissed. Well, there we go. Wait, so now Palm's screwed.
Why?
She's in contact with him.
あれだけの虐殺を、そしてこれからもそんな生き物の敗北宣言も人への思いも
どこかでほんの少し世に時間がないのは承知であろう自力で探すよりお主から聞きたいのだお主のオーラは今まで見た中で最も強く美しい
やめて
世にできるのはひたすら
It's
頼
really
むこと
cool that
だ
like the king knows his fate, so he's like he's the
literally-
type. He's not.
He's literally transcended now. He's not like.
言うわだけど一つ条件がある私の能力であなたたちを見届けていい
それで小麦に会えるなら是非もないこと
ごめんねキラ約束破っちゃったよ
I didn't get to see his downfall, man.
Maybe he's not dead yet. Nope. Wait, how are all those people still like stunned though? Maybe
she's saying in her sleep.
Okiro Komugi
I hope he doesn't like.
It's the-
I hope he doesn't poison her.
It's time to play.
What
You
if
better
he-
catch it though.
Yeah, she's
You
gonna
better
die.
catch
Yeah,
it
what if
though.
he-
You know, the
So
king.
that'd be
The
kinda
king is
cool.
being really cool.
I
It's
like
like
the king.
I feel like there's a few ways you can go. Like when you know your fate, he's like just choosing like the humble route, you know.
ああボスは
Yeah.
通したよいや俺は直接見ちゃいねえパーム町だ
いいんですか王の静止確認をたった1名に任せてしかもその人一度は敵側に捕らえられて吸収されてるんでしょわしネテロ
同日ネテロがハンター協会の会長職を辞する旨と公認人事についてのメッセージが記録された動画が電脳サイトで配信され話題となったが
Crazy.
Is that being picked at a bad time to
乾杯しよ
error?
う乾杯しようじゃないか命など人血と血とで満たされるほどのものなのに
That was the real Supreme Leader.
Then who was the other dude?
終わった
Oh, he finally died.
So is she gonna die too?
いやー、ものすごく久しぶりな気がするっす。夢で打つのとやっぱり本物は違いますね。突然お腹がすごい勢いで蹴られた感じがして。
Dang, that's crazy.
分かってる。始めるぞ。
She's so antsy, bro. She's gonna be depressed, dude. He's the only one that can give her somewhat of a challenge. She's been evolving because of him.
世の名はメルエムだ。世は何が大事なものかを何も知らなかったようだ。
メルエム様。
様はいらぬ。二度言わすな。様はいらぬ。
絶対にできません。
ならば軍議で世が勝ったら。 お主は世を様抜きで呼べ。
He's never beat her, right?
わかりました。
But now he's evolved.
呼び捨ての後で済んだらいいですか？
死ぬ必要はない。以前の世とは一味違うぞ。幾多の敗北を覚悟しておけ。
What a wholesome moment.
もう一曲お願いいたします。
It's crazy to see him smile, dude.
Yeah, no, it's so out of place.
これはここにか。小麦、世を苦労するか。ざれ言には付き合わぬぞ。
はい、私、軍議でふざけたことないで
He's like
す。
still menacing even though he's like.
負けたらやはり死ね。
はい。
この先、見せてみよ。
462忍び。
これは確かに道が生きた。
あの夜気づいてしまったんです。
黙れ。考えさせろ。詰め切れぬはず。相手が無理に寄せれば手を重ねるほどこちらが有利。261牙逆新手だ。怒り。どうした。なぜ泣く。
私がこんなに幸せでいいのでしょうか。
No way.
やはり言わねばならぬな。
I thought the king was about to cry for a second.
毒に侵され最後小麦お主と打って過ごしたかった。だがこの毒は伝染する。世のそばに長くいればお主にも逆新手返せ。
メルエム様、私今ふつつか者ですがお供させてください。
そうか。世は
私はきっとこの日のために生まれてきました。
この瞬間のために生まれてきたのだ。
What? That's it? What?
Is she gonna make the game
That is
last
so
long?
There's
crazy.
an end credit though. We gotta.
小麦いるか。
はいな、いますとも。どこにも行きません。451中将。
罪だな。
Oh,
Oh,
it's,
is that his life force?
yeah, they're
Kinda-
slowly disappearing.
小麦
はいはい、何ですか？
結局世はお前に一度も勝てなかったな。
何をおっしゃいますやら。勝負はこれからですよ。
そうだな。少しだけ疲れた。ほんの少し眠るから、このまま手を握っていてくれるか。小麦いるか。
聞いてますとも。わかりました。
それまでそばにいてくれるか。
離れたことありませんよ。
小麦 りがとう。
こちらこそおやすみなさい。メルエム、私もすぐ行きますから。
What a crazy song. It's
Not the intro music.
Holy crap, that was the best.
Dang, dude. I'm shook that they just blasted that tune and that.
Actually,
Next time.
I have a confession. I
You've
never
never
watched.
seen-
I
you've never
never
seen
watched
that?
the end credit scene.
Oh wow.
I didn't know there was one.
Dude, that's crazy. Like,
I knew he died. but
like I really, really,
Probably.
really enjoyed that episode. Like, I thought it was awesome, and it was actually really emotional, surprisingly. I was like, what the heck? Why do I even like feel any sort of way about this?
Meruem ended a goat.
Yeah, his
They
arc
built it
was
up. They
his
just-
arc
that was
was
sad.
crazy.
That was
They
so
just built him
sad.
up, and Komugi was always just
No,
so
yeah,
sweet
it's so cool, dude. How like the arc, it's all about like the ants and their evolution and humans, and they touched on that a lot, and just it's just such a cool end to his character that his final moments are like with like the not like the lowest life form or whatever, but just like someone so weak like Komugi, and like not only that, but the way that they did that was just so cool. It's such a direct like flip of people, like the most powerful being of all time, like dying with the most weak like
Physically.
person. Yeah, like obviously like pretty much like she's really only like she's really nice and stuff, but like her one true skill is like Gungi, yeah, and that's
Yeah,
just
like,
so cool.
The boy in me was like, after the 134, when I was like, I have a hot take. My hot take was like, I was really disappointed that after seeing how cool like Meruem's Nen was, I was like, dude, how do we never get to see him like do Nen like in a battle, you know, like in a fight? And then I watched 135 and I was like, this is a really, really good way to wrap up the arc, you know? Like, I wouldn't want it to be any other way, even though after 134 I was still just like, dude, his Nen is just way too cool.
I don't even know if there could be a battle though. He just no diff everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's the mystery that makes it way better.
There's no like even
He just only ever used his Nen to like intimidate people.
Even Prime Netro getting wiped.
No, I was thinking in my mind, I was like, oh, maybe it would be cool if like it was like all of the it required the Avengers type thing where it's like Netero, Xenos, like all of them, you know, like all of the most powerful Nen users. But like, obviously that's like just, you know, the boy in me wanting to scratch that nerve or that.
In reality, it just required Netero.
But then like obviously 135 was so cool and
It's
so
just
fitting.
Yeah, it was just so good too. How like
drives the message.
How the most ruthless, like omnipotent being of all time. We've already touched on this. It was already said, but like he was the only person who ever really like made her feel happiness like this, and it was to the degree that like she would just want to stay with him in that moment and die, like, and just feel that happiness rather than live. Like it's just such a cool like plot point, such a very cool.
No, it's
moment.
a super cool idea. Like, you would never imagine Thanos finding some like human that would cause him to completely reverse his like years of just conquest, and
could have been Gamora.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
Well, and it's funny too because like I've never really seen something like that before. Like that's something you don't see a lot of the time is. And obviously, Meruem's been he's been a very nuanced villain from like the beginning with kind of how he was changing and stuff like
just
that.
the evolution, yeah.
And how he evolved, and that it was just very cool. It was very, very well done. I'm like you, I agree. Like, it was very emotional. Like, and it was weird because like he's such like an emotionless being, except with her, and. Once again, just to harp on the fact she's just
not necessarily emotionless. He shows anger a lot. But
well, yeah, I guess emotionless in like a positive way, really, yeah, in a compassionate way. I mean, so that was really cool. While I do still wish that Netero wouldn't have had to die for him to come back, even though in the end he did get him. That was just a very satisfying end to his to Meruem's character.
I like that how they did it in the dark too.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Meruem is.
They just let the dialogue carry.
Meruem's definitely the most like developed character I think we've seen in the whole show.
For sure.
Which is kind of crazy in a way.
Yeah, he's one of the better written characters ever.
It's crazy. You would never guess that's how the arc ends. It ends in like a peaceful way.
Yeah.
You think it'd be like, you know, a crazy
all
war,
out battle.
like
That's just not what the show's about.
Because like obviously it did like what you expected to happen, like crazy destruction, like everything's just mangled, but like in the end it was just like super peaceful.
In the end, it was him and Komugi playing Gungi.
I just love how he died. Like their death was very, like personal, or like he was just away from all the media and stuff. Like they couldn't.
And there's Palm just
yeah, Palm just spying.
kind of watching, but
like,
I guess she.
I get why she had to do that to like confirm that it was over.
Yeah.
But it is kind of weird to like see that.
I like it though. At least someone, because then someone knows. At least someone knows.
That's what I'm saying. Like she had to be seen.
No one
to
else would have
confirm.
known.
Well, that was another thing I really liked too about Meruem's like change is he learned he was gonna die, and he became so humble to like just purely spend his last moments with Komugi that he bent the knee. You know, he kneeled in humility
he was
to like.
He was like just about to kneel, but she wouldn't let him.
Yeah, like he was gonna do like that is like the one of the more ultimate signs of respect and
then he
humility.
said he's like I never knew what really mattered, which is so cool.
And
like,
you only see him smile in the very last moments for like ever.
He became so like changed around that we wanted him to live.
Yeah. It's cool because like when he was like healthy and stuff, like he had other desires and stuff, but then like when it really came down to it, like I am gonna die in a few hours, like the one thing you wanted was just like that quality time.
Yeah.
With Komugi.
Nah, Poof's the real villain. I wish Meruem would have smacked him in the face, dude.
The fact that we never actually got to see him die, we just saw his corpse, is disgusting.
Yeah, I celebrated his death in heart when that happened.
I gotta give it to Poof for just not even telling him. He's just like, nope, I'm not.
Yeah, he said I'm gonna listen to my own loyalty.
I'm kind of sad. Like
okay.
I wish they would have found out about Pito like on screen. You know, maybe they will, but like I really wanted to see like the shock factor so bad about.
It makes sense though why the royal guards like would go on their own type of agenda though, because like they don't have that wavering humanity in them. So like they only see like the ant's perspective. I guess Yuppie did for a second, for a little bit with Knuckle, but like no wonder Poof was always just so loyal to like the ant's idea.
They went on like
loyalty.
They took different paths, but they're like. Their base trait of like being 100% loyal to the king never.
It's just evolution.
It never wavered. They just had different like definitions of loyalty, I guess.
Yeah, because
like
their
the loyalty to the ant chain of command and him being like the ultimate king and stuff, and then Pito's was just straight loyalty to what he wants, what he desires, and then Yuppie was kind of like a mixture. But like at the end of the day, the royal guard, like it is true, they never like were disloyal to the king.
I will say too,
in their own way,
I already like talked about this before, but something that I think is really cool is that the two 9.9s of the show and the two like ends of like the arcs in those respective episodes for Gon was like tragedy and like monstrous, and for Meruem was like peaceful and like with Komugi. Like they could not have two like polar opposite endings to their character, and it's just cool because like those are like the two pinnacles of the arc, and it's the endings to like the characters in the arc, and they are direct like contrasts of each other.
They're
you
both
know?
tragic.
And the moral of the story was like humans are worse than the ants, and like in the end, like
Yeah.
it showed like Gon's rage as like a human was way more like.
Yeah, like you
There's
think
just
about
there's just the parallel.
you think about Gon. You think about the last time we saw Gon and like the other 9.9, and you like the things that flash through my head, and then you think about this. Like the feelings are like completely opposite. You know, it's like complete opposites. But obviously, they both started in separate places. They were both driven by relationships to a person. Gon with Kite, him with Komugi, but they went different ways.
2 different outcomes for sure.
And it's like on the extremes, on like the side of the extreme, and like it's just so cool too because they both signify like ultimate power. With Gon like sacrificing to be able to take out Pito, it's like they both are like the pinnacle of Nen and the pinnacle of power. But like one of them uses it for one thing and another uses it for a
Dude,
different.
that's so true. Like with them being foils of each other, like Meruem gave up his resolve like for his humanity, and Gon gave up his humanity for his resolve. You know what I mean? And it's like that is so crazy, like to think, because they are so similar, like Gon and Meruem, like you've pointed out, like
they're just
they have
reversed.
similar traits, but. Let me just say, I understand why Ikalgo was important. He told Welfin, and obviously remembered.
Back at it.
Yeah, like I see the importance because without the king knowing about Komugi, I mean, here's the thing: he was dead anyways. But then Palm and Ikalgo and Knuckle and Melorion would probably all be dead. So
Palm gonna die?
And like Welfin is the reason
she
he
not around
remembered Komugi.
No,
yeah,
but it was like people were commenting like, I can't believe Brig. Well, I guess like Brig and McKay didn't remember. It's like I just couldn't really.
McKay hadn't even seen it.
That's what I'm saying. McKay hadn't even seen it. I couldn't really like. I can't be like, oh, dude, trust me, Welfin like is so important. Like, that would give up. I feel like it'd be kind of.
Yeah,
spoiler.
That little hairless rat.
But like, I feel like it's totally valid to like.
I do still think a lot of their stuff was a little too long.
Yeah, like in hindsight, it's a lot less bad. But like when you're in the moment, it's just like it really does feel like why the f.
No, it's more so just like if I had a second watch, I would appreciate almost every single aspect of this arc way differently than I did the first watch. But come on, like on a first watch, you gotta know that like you are hyped for a lot of the other stuff around the Ikalgo stuff.
I felt.
Even so,
well, to me, I guess I have a little bit different of a take with this arc and like those plot points because I've had my issues with like Ikalgo and blah 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 blah. To me, my point of view on it is more so. I never really had an issue with like what like it happening like at the time. My issue is that now that we've seen what happens and the like the consequences of everything that we've seen, I just wish that it was personally done differently. Like that's all. Like I just like even if I watch it again, I like the idea and I like how it ends a lot. I like the outcome. I just would have done it a lot differently, and I would have started with pacing it different. And I also would have, I don't know. I think I just would have changed a few things about it, which is weird because pretty much on paper I like it a lot, and I just don't really love the execution of it, to be completely honest. But that's pretty much my thoughts on the entire arc. On paper, and the peaks of it, like so good. Like some concepts that I've never seen before, some peaks that I've never seen before, and it's just so good. I just
it's very layered.
I think that there's a lot of things that drag it down.
It is very layered.
But yeah, and it's so like in depth. You know, like there's a lot of depth to this arc. Like I'd say like a lot more depth to this arc than any other Hunter x Hunter arc this far. Way more. And especially like it touches on like the emotional depth as well. And like there's even some things that go like under the radar. Like to me, like Killua's change over the course of this arc, when he first sees Palm and his walls completely break down and he starts like just crying like right there. Like that goes under the radar. Not because it's not as good, but just because the other themes of this arc overshadow it with like how good they are.
Well, yeah, you see that with like a bunch of stuff, like Nav and Knuckle and Yuppie and a lot of stuff that happens.
And I also think that they get lost in the mud a little bit, but
and shoot.
I feel like Killua's
and
Shoot could be brought up in this
Shoot's
next
huge.
arc and be
Isn't it
a
crazy?
bigger
Like,
player.
they didn't
what
show
just
a
happened.
lick of Gon after 131. You guys don't know a single thing about him right now.
yeah, we've just seen Killua
And like,
carrying.
and
I
you
think
kind of
it's
forget
fine.
about it in the sense of like the resolve and like with the king and stuff. Like really, like does overshadow it for the time. Obviously,
I think it's
you
fine,
want to know.
honestly.
I can't believe they might go back to just happy-go-lucky Hunter x Hunter after this. Like, I don't know how in the world they'll do that.
I don't think they can. I don't think you can.
I don't know,
force
dude. Would
things
they
that
ended this
happen.
just dun 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 next time? It's like I don't know. I think they very well could.
I plead the fifth.
Why not?
Catch us next week.
I don't know,
Spider-Man
I think
Homecoming.
I think what just happened to
I don't
Gon,
think
like
it's
there's
gonna
gonna be
be
some
like-
consequences, like maybe he can't use Nen again, and then Killua is gonna be changed obviously because of that.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to
I'm
see
very
it.
intrigued as well.
Everyone's gonna be traumatized somewhat. Like this.
The world almost just ended, but let's find my dad.
Yeah, we'll see, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm real
I mean,
excited to
he
see your
does
guys'
need to find
thoughts
his dad
because
still.
I'm excited to see the whole community's thoughts on the last arc.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, I haven't really
I
heard
don't
a lot.
know what the like.
Consensus, like just
Yeah,
what-
I feel a certain way, but I also just like I watched it really fast and like
I remember you liked it, right?
I
You-
just,
you
like-
enjoyed it.
I didn't really like. I chose not to like get too deep, like think too deep about it, and just enjoy it. It was one of those, and like it was fun. But like the more I think about it, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah.
You can totally do that with any show. You can just. It's like when you're with a girl, bro. You can just watch something and just not even really pay attention, and it's gonna be good. Like I remember I watched this movie on Netflix,
Because you're not actually watching.
and I was like, oh yeah, that movie was like pretty decent. And I look at the reviews; it's like a 4 on IMDb.
Yeah,
dude, and I
like
was
we
just
go back. Like
well,
I can say this.
my
like,
brain was off.
We go back into the like Hunter x Hunter world that we like knew for 100-something episodes, like before the arc, and it's just kind of like it's really fun to like see people we haven't seen in like 70 episodes and like stuff like that. But like if I really go in depth about like the arc itself, I'm gonna have to see on this rewatch.
Yeah, it will be definitely an interesting change in tone because Hunter x Hunter, I'd say, was kind of had a vibe to it, you know, and then Chimera Ant is like just so different.
It's
it's
like its
just
own
so
show.
different, and it's like it's just so much like darker, to be honest, and it deals with so much heavier themes in so much detail.
Like
So-
the darkness of humanity.
Like the darkness of
and
humanity, atomic bombs, humans turning to monsters, monsters turning to like it's like so much,
it's like super
so
real.
much to deal with. Yeah, and it's so like it'll be interesting. I wonder if it'll be jarring, but because to me, I think you should continue this trajectory, but we'll see what happens. Like obviously, I don't know.
You can
but-
combine the two, kind of. Or not
Yeah.
like it's not like you can't go back to what was before. Like they're still kids. And
Yeah, to me, I think that this arc would be a great opportunity for the show to evolve, but we'll see if it does or not because
Y'all know it does that well.
Gon's an adult now.
Percy Jackson does that well, bro. They'll like have some life-threatening, world-altering event, and then he just goes back to like, yeah, man, I gotta go to school. Gotta go to college now.
But it is kind of, I mean, like the world goes on, man.
It
Just 'cause
does.
The world almost ends.
Yeah,
I mean,
COVID. We don't even think about it anymore.
You're like you look at
Yeah, like the
think
world,
about
the world,
COVID.
like that's another thing. Like people move on. Doesn't matter what happens. Like time never stops. So like life does go on. You know.
yeah,
But and that's like almost like a bad thing because like you do forget. Like when you learn these crazy lessons, like we've seen obviously. Like don't want to go too deep. But like we've had like so many like world wars and stuff. And like just like history repeats itself because you forget about.
Yeah.
And that, but like it's just kind of like like it will just move on. Like it's
yeah. Dude, I don't know that. Yeah, that episode's got me like so like in such a interesting mood.
It's got me in like such a contemplative mood now.
Meruem's just so cool.
Meruem is epic.
It's weird because like obviously I don't feel like you got to see much of him really. Like you didn't really get to see much of his potential, hardly at all, honestly. But you didn't really need to. Like but it's weird that like he's like this being that existed at one time in this world.
I just hope
that will never return. You know.
I hope that he didn't only change because he learned he was dying when he felt Palm's end. I don't think that's the case, obviously, but
no, because
he could
have done anything.
But did he? Is that just because he realized like, oh, it doesn't matter? I'm dead anyways.
Because people like when you have a death sentence like that, you do act differently, and that happens in real life all the time. You know what I mean? But
did he see?
I think it
did he actually feel?
Yeah, he said when he felt Palm's.
I know, but did he feel it when he got down there already, or was it when he did it from above?
I think
it's when he did it from above.
Okay.
So it's like
honestly, I feel like I don't know.
Because he knew he was emotionally attached to Komugi before he even fought Netero, right? And you could say, the reason he fought Netero is because Dragon Dive is what injured Komugi in the first place, right?
Well,
so
and he just wanted to talk to him.
True.
He didn't want to fight.
True. I guess Meruem always had that potential to be swayed to humanity's side.
That's what Netero said, but he's like, I'm not taking the risk.
In a way, like Netero kind of like
got him there.
I don't know.
Because he literally says he's like it's like a coin flip.
He's kind of like Superman, dude. He's risky to keep alive for sure.
He's wavering, but like I can't risk our entire race on a coin flip.
Like imagine like they were buddies, and then like let's say in a couple years, dude, something pissed Meruem off. He could like with how smart he is and how he could evolve, dude. He could definitely just overthrow like the whole world.
Too risky, man. Too risky.
But that sucks. It's like does he deserve to get killed because of his potential risk? It's like I don't know.
He's a character who has to die.
Well, like at the same time, he wasn't just like always good, and they killed him because of the because Superman was like always good. Meruem was not always good. He like showed evil. He was planning on like.
It would be hard.
For sure.
He was like, I am.
It would be hard to tip.
I am the honored one. Like I will be the ruler of the world. He said that multiple times.
It's weird though. He did that in ignorance though, in a way. Like he did that before he like met Komugi, and as soon as he met Komugi, bro, he didn't even care about the people gathering at the palace. He was just like,
because that was
whatever.
But even then, he was still like Netero.
Yeah, he's talking.
Maybe you won't be a cow to me. He's like, but everyone else will. He's like, maybe he's like all.
That's true.
He's like, I won't eat all the humans. He's like, I'll lower it to a different portion.
Yeah.
But like he still was like saying like, humans are cattle to me.
Yeah.
He's like, except for a very
so I think the poison.
That's what I'm saying. I hope he didn't switch up just because he knew he was dead.
Yeah, we have to.
But that does show. That does show his true intentions.
I'm sure there's an in-depth video that like, because it is really deep.
We'll have to ask him.
I think that does show his true intentions.
Yeah, I will say too. I will like something that I don't love. I don't love the introduction of the nuclear bombs, honestly, because I feel like in a way, I feel like I understand like what the show like the point, but I do feel like it slightly in my mind it slightly decreased like the value of Nen almost in a way because and I know that like the whole time like the Hunter organization has just been a facet of the world. It hasn't been like the what the world is run around, you know? Like I've understood that, but it's just like kind of a weird thought now in the back of my mind that like kind of like hunters and stuff, it's like such a side piece that like could be just taken out at any moment, you know, like, which is like interesting because I will never say it doesn't make what they do like meaningless at all. Like it does not, but in a way it now has this variable where I'll always just kind of go back to like if there's any conflict, just like I don't know, you know, like there are other options that you can just throw at it, and like Nen isn't necessarily like it's not necessarily like I don't know. So I even saw the same things about JJK because JJK is kind of like Hunter x Hunter in that way where it operates in the real world.
Well, it's just weird because it's just like it introduces this variable pretty much that's like in the back of my mind at all times, and I'm still grappling with it. I'm still trying to figure out like what I think, because
I think it goes to show that it's like the worst of humanity in this whole arc.
No,
about, like,
I will never not
humanity
understand the point of it and like the message. Like I completely understand that. I like that, and like that whole thing was totally good. It's just weird. It's just like I kind of gotta like just think about it a lot and see how I feel, and pretty much too. The only thing is, I just didn't even know it was possible until Netero did it. I just had no clue it was even an option. So like, and it just kind of snuck up on you, kind of, you know.
No, it definitely sneaks up on you.
And yeah, that's it. And I don't even necessarily have an issue with it. I just don't know how I feel about it.
Like the most advanced technology we saw leading to that was just a little RPG that they fired at.
It's just
what's his name? The big dude that Kurapika killed. I don't know how I'm forgetting his name. Uvo. Remember he fired an RPG at him and he tanked it. That was like the most. Like other than that, we saw like ARs and like guns. Like
so I just don't know, and we'll just have to see.
I guess tanks too.
Yeah,
he annihilated his tanks.
We'll just have to see, but anyways, I don't have an issue with it. I just don't know how I feel. That's all.
Because it did seem like a very powerful Nen user is stronger than any army, and then I don't know where the nuke is just like trumps. Like it's like the nuke is like way more powerful than like an army. It's just like
like Netero quite literally has this thing that opened up its mouth and fired I don't even know what, and then he was like just scratched a little bit. But the low grade nuke put him into a toaster. Like so that's all. I just don't know.
I get your
like
point.
Netero focused his whole life around
50 years to do that,
and he also has like the way that Zeno talked about his 100 Guandi, whatever it's called.
Like, he literally
yes,
he was a raisin after it.
So that's all. Like, and that was like whoa, and then it was like a scratch, but then like that's it. That's literally it. I just have to think about it. That's all.
No, I wasn't happy about it too when it happened.
That's all. But I do like how the whole arc's theme was about humans and monsters, and it's like in the end humans are worse than the monsters in some ways, and that's it. But
some humans,
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think
like Rick says, we kind of have more to see.
Yeah, so. You guys have more to see.
I'm not saying it was gonna happen, but it could.
This isn't like you're not gonna see it in 10 episodes, or you'll hear, but like
I don't even know how strong
you're not gonna see it in 10 episodes, but like
I just don't.
The Hunter x Hunter world is like crazy, and it's all like
Crollo
in the manga. I guess
if somebody was more powerful than Meruem, I'd get low-key mad.
The
That's
world,
just how power scaling works.
What we know is
like
his
power makes sense. All of these things
culminate.
There's something called the Dark
Continent,
and that's like completely undiscovered.
The potential to be better.
And that's like the known powers there are just like unknown.
Sacrifice to get there.
Can I just see Crow?
I want to know like with you guys, because you guys had. I feel like I would hear all the time. Your thoughts on the show as a whole, and then Chimera Ant started, and I didn't really ever hear it that much. Like after this arc, how does it fit into the entire show for you guys? Well, I'm just wondering because like I feel like I heard you guys all the time say like, oh my gosh, like yeah, I love this show, and then once this arc started, I never really heard it.
It's just because it was just really jarring. It was really different, really out there. I like you said, I like the outcome, but like I can't lie. When I first see the ants, dude, I was like, what in the world is this? Like, what am I watching? Like,
yeah, this not being my first show, and I wasn't like.
I was shook. I was like, what the heck is going on? But I think I have to stew. That's why I'm not just immediately giving my thoughts. I can't just
just because I just feel
that's
like
what I'm saying. It literally feels like a new show.
Like pre Chimera Ant arc. I just feel like all the time, like, you guys would say, like, how much you love the show, and then you just kind of stopped hearing it. So I was just like, oh, I wonder where they're at with the show now. Because, like,
You
Well,
can't.
the arcs were
it's-
quick. It was like, you know,
Yeah,
15
like, you
episodes.
can't-
This
you
is how
can't-
many
It's
episodes.
easy.
And
60?
like
I think
the
there was a lot
vibe,
more
the
after.
vibe that the
Is
show
this like
gives
60
is
episodes,
like
bro?
super giddy.
Yeah, I think so.
But like Chimera arc isn't, and it's not supposed to be. It's just not like a giddy arc. You're not like, oh my gosh.
Like, you didn't
I'm
even
so,
like
I
Greed
can't
Island,
wait
but like,
to
I
see.
love
It's
Greed
just
Island.
like, holy crap! Like this is like intense. Like
Yeah, it's
I
like
want
you're-
to know. It's like more like I want to know versus like you're just so like.
Oh, yeah, it's like
giddy about it.
you're lying to yourself if you say the peaks of this arc. Like if you didn't like, if you don't.
No, dude.
think
I
that
already
they're
said
good.
131.
You're
the
lying.
First 4 minutes is my favorite.
But I
ever.
can see some people this arc moving the needle like backwards for them withstanding like those peaks. Like I can see it because like there are parts of this arc that I like significantly less than the rest, but then there like the peaks I loved a lot more.
So that's why it's hard to
So
give
it's like,
thoughts
it's
on.
weird.
It's
like-
hard to give thoughts on. I would say the only shows I have above it are Cyberpunk, Vinland, Avatar, and AOT. And it's like, at this point, it's still below Vinland, Avatar, and AOT. I'm like debating Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk has the game that I tie to, so it's like that makes it hard.
Baldur's Gate the movie's gonna go crazy.
But like I would have to I still like it more than JJK. I'd still put it.
Yeah, and I
over
guess,
JJK.
like,
Imagine there's like 6
Wait, we
different
should-
movies, and each different movie is like a different subclass, and it has a different ending for everyone.
There's a Dungeons and Dragons
Oh,
movie. We should
Yeah,
watch
that's
it.
sick.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Ones, wasn't it?
No,
That'd be
apparently it was
super
pretty
cool.
good.
With Chris Pine.
Yeah, I think the D&D fan
You're
base
like
liked
a
it a lot
paladin, and you're
because
the
it
good
like
guy. It's the
actually
good
like
guy
ties
run
in
because
really
paladins
well,
have
has
like.
good references and stuff.
Did you know if you're a paladin and you like become evil,
Break
you
your
like
oath.
you become accursed. You like lose
Yeah,
power.
your Oathbreaker.
Oathbreaker, that's what it is.
Jack is gonna do that. Yeah, that was a long outro.